Hey, ¿cómo estás? Lautaro aquí. Bueno, si no me conocías, es mi culpa, pero no va a volver a suceder. Yo soy el autor de Vendes, Mueres, un libro de los más completos que hay allí afuera en ventas en español y viajo por todo el mundo y he ayudado a personas a pasar de los 0 a los 6.500 hasta casi los $10.000. Así que si no lo tenías y no me conocías, ve a Amazon, cómpralo, está a $3, no tienes excusa. Mira, hago este video para darte solo un consejo que creo que te puede llegar a salvar la vida. No estoy exagerando en nada, y es documentar tu progreso. ¿Por qué? Porque mira, y en este libro digo de que soy una de las primeras personas en habla hispana que se especializó en la creación de equipo de ventas y que realmente tiene pruebas de que ha ayudado a empresas a llegar a los 40.000, 50.000. Todo esto yo tengo registros y registros y registros y pruebas tras pruebas tras pruebas. Al contrario del 99% de los gurús allá afuera, yo realmente tengo pruebas y que eran de mis inicios. Era de cuando empezaba a crear estos equipos de venta en inglés, en el mercado americano, que es lo que yo digo en este libro, y que tranquilamente yo podría inventar todo esto. Yo podría hacer como todos allá afuera o mi competencia, que lo primero que empezó a vender era su programa de ventas. Al contrario, yo realmente tengo pruebas de experiencia previa, que vendí $200.000 de ventas propias, no mi capacitación en ventas, sino primero fundé un negocio, una agencia, también hay prueba de eso. La llevé a $7.000 en 2 meses, hay prueba de eso. Pasé 14 horas prospectando por día de mi propio negocio, hay pruebas de eso. Me di cuenta que mi especialidad era las ventas, quería empezar a desarrollarme como vendedor porque era mi zona de genio, entonces dije, voy a volver el mejor, voy a ser director de ventas, también hay prueba de todo eso. Luego pasé a lo que es la creación de equipo de venta porque vi un hueco en el mercado. Todo esto en 2021. Empecé a hablar de los setters en 2021 antes de que cualquiera hablara de los setters. Este video que te voy a mostrar ahora habla acerca de una capacitación que le estoy dando a un equipo de Estados Unidos acerca de cómo funcionan los sistemas de los setters en 2021, 2 años y medio antes de que ahora todo el mundo estuviera hablando acerca de los setters. Hoy hay un poco de saturación acerca de este tema, pero yo lo trataba 2 años y medio antes y hay prueba de todo. Yo tenía esta mentalidad de tengo que documentar todo, tengo que tener un negocio real para que cuando salga al público las personas sepan diferenciar, tengan sentido común, por favor, y sepan diferenciar. Entonces, yo acá lo que te voy a mostrar es justamente una capacitación que le está dando un equipo de venta en inglés en Estados Unidos, porque una de mis creencias fue, si yo quiero empezar a probar mis habilidades, a realmente tener experiencia real, prefiero hacerlo en una industria, cual nadie me conoce, y si la cago, no importa, queda ahí. Total, mi intención no es escalar en el mercado americano. Entonces, nuevamente, espero que con este video sepas diferenciar a alguien que tiene experiencia real, que tenga una ética fuerte de decir, primero voy a iniciar forjando mi habilidad. Quise ser closer, quise ser el mejor, lo fui, me invitaron a ser director de ventas y ahí me di cuenta de que había otra segunda oportunidad de negocio, que era enseñar a los demás a cómo tener su equipo de venta. Entonces, en 2021 fundé Expansión Analítica, que lo enseño en este video. Está en inglés, espero que sepas inglés, así que te dejo con el video y espero que esto te forje algo que nunca te va a dejar tirado, que es tu sentido común. Yo te quería dar un último refuerzo para ese tip que te acabo de dar. Si no documentas tu progreso, te va a pasar lo que me pasaba a mí con todos estos sistemas que vas a ver. Me han estafado, me han robado esos sistemas. Una persona que le di lugar en mi casa, vino, vivió un mes conmigo, después me robó todos esos sistemas y los vendía sin autorización por su cuenta diciendo que los había creado él. Ese tipo de cosas te van a pasar un montón. Pero todo esto lo vas a poder usar a tu favor si documentas tu progreso. Tarde o temprano, la verdad sale a la luz, las mentiras tienen patas cortas y todas esas cosas que te decía tu abuelita, tenía razón. Así que ahora sí te dejo con el video.
Okay, team. So in this video, we'll explain to you how my systems work and how, according to my opinion, it will increase the performance of the entire setters team. So before I jump into that, I want to explain that I had a lot of systems and processes that I had from my previous business that I had before I joined Ordering X. But according to my opinion too, it's better for us just to start to what we have right now, keep building on what we know that already works, and just keep adding and improving as we keep moving forward. So it's vital for us to take massive action now, as soon as possible. because as my point of view, we are in a critical, in a critical situation, in a critical spot that we need to get a strategy that allow us to scale by doing cold outreach. So with that being said, the systems are very simple. Actually, really simple. And that's a key point. Keeping it really simple, because we keeping it really simple will allow us to and will ensure that every setter just fill their sheet day by day, and we will keep on track. We will keep track of what we do every single day. We can measure and we can improve by reading numbers, and that's that. So before I jump into that, before I explain how my systems work and all of that, I wanted to show you guys, for you to see how what I really mean when I say that I have a lot of business of my previous, I have a lot of systems, sorry, of my previous business. And for example, my previous business was called Expansión Analítica, that literally means analytical expansion. And I'm telling you all of this because um, putting an example of a conversation that I have with Kate, I will show you all of these systems, all of these point of view of mine, just to improve. But you have to know that my opinion doesn't count at all. My opinion doesn't count. Kay's opinion doesn't count. Even with 100% of respect, obviously, and Tristan, I know that you will get this, but not even Tristan's opinion counts. The only opinion that counts is the market opinions. Is the market's opinion, sorry. Is the client opinions at the end of the day. So what I'm trying to say here is that I am 110% numbers oriented. It doesn't matter what kind of strategy are we using, as long as it works. So if someone comes up with an idea, an improvement, and we have an hypothesis, and we test it in the market and show us by numbers that has a better result than one of my previous strategies, that's all what we wanted in the first place. So I encourage you guys, to all of you, that if you have any criticism, any not criticism, but any piece of advice that you want to give me, or anything, I encourage you to just to speak and search for that, current, for that improvement. I'm sorry, I'm practicing a lot of my English. I'm practicing a lot of in my accent too. But yeah, I don't want to waste no one's time. So let's get straight into it. I want to show you what I mean when I have a lot of systems and processes, but everything is in Spanish. So we will take time to translate them, and to just to grab everything that we have, that I had, and put it into this business will take a lot of time, and I think that will mess with our focus. So I am showing you this to just to have a little bit of faith in me, and just to be open-minded on what I'm trying to bring to the table, because I had a lot of experience. So, but as I was telling you, none of that experience actually matters. What matters is the results. So a lot of these systems are proven, and what actually allow us having those kind of systems is just standardize the performance of the team, and have a better flow to, with that improve flow, just to scale a lot faster, and optimize and scale the revenue. That's all. That's all the systems and processes does. And my main focus right here is just to have what we need, and the simpler aspect of the system of what I had before, just to emulate them here. Sorry, and as we keep moving forward, keep adding and adding. But as I was telling you, not to my main focus is here is action as soon as possible and results. Search for the results as soon as possible, and yeah, keep adding by as soon as we keep moving forward. Sorry, but yeah, let's explain how the system actually works. We have four main notebooks. I don't know how it's called in English, but yeah, we have the dashboard for one side, the metrics and reports, strategy labs, and systems and processes. What we actually have to care about is the dashboard. The dashboard, we will have our personal dashboard, our team dashboard, and actually another blank dashboard that will allow us to study a specific KPIs, a specific metric that we want to study. For example, this is filled with example to prove the formulas. But for example, this will be my personal dashboard. I have to create a case dashboard, a Tristan dashboard, but I want to know in first hand how, who's gonna be prospecting for I to create their personal dashboard. So it's very intuitive. We have the first contact day, the setter, the month, and the week. The name of the prospect, the user, if is applicable, the phone number, the method of outreach, the approach, the status, the quality lead, the current situation, the key lead data, the days until booking, and the specific KPIs. So if you want to me to deep dive in a certain part of this sheet, just ask me to, and I will be with 100% of pleasure, with no problem. But it's really intuitive. For example, let's say that it's 8 a.m. in the morning and we started to prospect. We started to prospect, and what we need to do is just as simple as Lautaro month, put the current week. That will allow us to later on make a filter and grab the result of a specific week or a specific month and study the KPIs of that specific week or month. And yeah, so put the number, the user if it's applicable, the outreach method. Right now we will be focusing on cold calling, but I added a very basic method of outreach that we will keep adding as we keep doing outreach together. So we have Instagram outreach, very basic, Facebook outreach, LinkedIn automated, and manual outreach, cold calling, and email proposal or email prospecting. Sorry. The approach, we have three different approach. Not This approach are not specific scripts, are not a specific type of approach. Just are three different type of approach based on the temperature or the type of approach. We have the script number one, that it's an indirect indirect approach. The goal is there just to build a relationship. And putting an example, we have the two goal system that I present to you, and that's a script one type of approach. The goal there is not to sell anything, not to book an appointment, not anything. It's just to build a relationship, just to let the prospect know us, and that's it. The type two of script, the type two of approach is a more direct approach, but no an 100% direct approach. It's just the goal there is to build value. It's more like a medium point, like a hybrid between the script number one and script number three. And for example, that will be the K proposal of a script that she told yesterday. And the script number 3 is just an aggressive approach. It's just directly the proposal. For example, like, hey prospect, I noticed that we both like, for example, I don't know, we would like Aruba's Pizza. I noticed that you have a restaurant, and I wanted to tell you that I have a company called Ordering Ads, and that we do eggs, and we will have you on eggs and blah 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 blah, and etc. etc. But that's a specific approach, an aggressive approach. The goal here is to measure what kind of approach gives us the best result. Well, the next is status of the prospect. It's real simple: connected, contacted, connected, booked, closed, lost, and doesn't answer. The quality of lead. Here we will take in consideration two things. So three things, sorry. One, if the lead fits at 100% or avatar. I'm sure that if you're watching this video, you should, I'm like 100% sure that you know how our avatar is described. So if it's at 100%, plus have the money to pay, have the resources to pay for our services and the willingness, it's a type of A plus type of lead, sorry. And if it fits our avatar and maybe have the resources, and you notice that it's like in a 70% or 80 from 100 willingness to get our services, is type A of lead, of quality lead. Type B will be, for example, one type of lead that actually we can sell them, we can sell him or her or services, but it's not actually 100% of avatar type. And it's in a difficult situation to find the resources to work with us. That's a type B. Type C is, it's not an avatar. It will be like a difficult client to close. Plus, it's he or her doesn't have the resources right now, and that's a type C. Actually, that's two of the things that we want to focus on yeah, describing the lead of based on types. The third thing, the third thing will be the yeah the humor, or how we sense actually the lead as we talk about with him or her in the first place. If we notice that he's open to hear about our proposal or business, we can actually just like quote unquote level up on the type of lead that he or she is. For example, if she doesn't have the resources, has a restaurant, and but has the willingness and the it's really open-minded to work with us, and it's capable of doing everything that she can to work with us. Maybe she was a type C, but that type of attitude will maybe increase their quality to a type B lead. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. If you have some questions, just don't hesitate. Just yeah, write me on Slack. I will be happy to answer any question that you have. And current situation, it's updatable notes. It's just to update what we're currently doing with that specific lead. For example, I call him 2 times, he doesn't answer, or I'm making him a follow up to book an appointment. He told me that I must call him at I don't know 6 p.m. or something like that. And key lead data is different. Those are this is a yeah. This note has a structure that I will add to as a comment in here, but it's like profession, current revenue, is for example type, concept of restaurant, all that kind of structured information that will allow us to recognize what type of lead we are talking about. Days until booking, it's real simple. Is for example, let's say that we first contact him. I don't know, today that 11th of September, and he booked on I don't know, October 4th. Let's say that those different those difference in days is that that amount of days that we will put on this column. Sorry, and here we will have all the KPIs. It's really intuitive. For example, how let's say that we are noticing that we have a closer percentage, a lot higher with the script number 2 than we have with the script number 1. That will let us know that maybe actually the script number 2 is actually working a lot better than script number 1. So we should be focusing on script number 2. Let's remember that you will have your personal sheet. So I encourage you just to don't wait for me to study your personal KPIs to tell your feedback on what you should do. You should study your KPIs, those KPIs that you have in here, and you work in sales. You must to think how you can improve by yourself. Don't wait for me or Tristan to tell you how you can improve based on the studying of your KPIs. You can study by yourself, but also you will have me to push to your to improvement as much as you push. So this is, as I told you, very intuitive. I will add a personal sheet, personal sheet for every setter of the team, plus team a team sheet that will sum up all the leads for every personal sheet that I will create in the future. So, and plus a blank sheet that, for example, let's say that we want to measure, I don't know, just the result of July. Just the result of July, we will make a filter, month, July, sorry, here, July on the week number 2, and that results that the filter throw to us, we will grab it, copy, paste in the blank sheet, and we will study the KPIs of that specific selection that we have chosen. So that's it in this type of, in this specific sheet. So in the other hand, we will have, for example, the metrics and report. That's the other key sheet, and the other one that we have to daily fill in. These two are just the two sheets that we will be filling day by day, and that's it. It's really intuitive too. The only thing that we need to do is, for example, as you can see, it says in this column B, the setter. So Lautaro, I will, at the end of the day, I will fill in the contacts that I made. Let's say that I contacted 150 leads. So I will put 150. Of that 150, how much did I connected? Let's say that I connected like just 50 calls, booked 3 appointments and 2 appointments, and 2 of that 2 appointments that I booked, 2 actually showed up, and I work to get to those 2 appointments just 2 hours. Let's put this as an example. And I had to work on the formulas right here, but I wanted to record this video before, and it's very intuitive. But it's not surrounded by, yeah, like in cells, you have to fill up manually. Here, what is color in gray, it's automatically fill in, sorry. And what you have to fill in also day by day is what went good. Tell me your successes. What went good on, yeah, let's say in Monday. Well, what went good was actually it was easy for me to call 150 leads, and actually I think that I connected most of those calls that I made. So that's what I will put on that specific cell, just to give you feedback, just to me to watch what yeah, what went good to you in that day, and to support you if you have any challenge. So that's actually the next column. What was your biggest challenge of the day? You will put what was your biggest challenge of today, just as simple as that. And list of action to overcome your biggest challenge. What you can do to overcome the next day your biggest challenge. So that's it in with the another one sheet that we will be filling up daily. Um, at the end of the week, we will have a meeting, a global meeting, and that we will study the successes of the week, what went good, areas of growth where we can improve, the takeaways of the current week and the next week focus, and the MVP of this week and the reason why he or her or he or she, sorry, is an MVP. I mean, the most valuable player of this week. Um, this sheet I will create um, every month and every week. But I wanted to explain this first, and that's it with this sheet. The another one sheet that we have is, for example, when we have an hypothesis or we have an idea that maybe some specific script that we come up with maybe actually could work better than the script that we are currently using right now. So um, letting the personal opinions aside, I'm gonna make sure that I'm recording. Yeah, letting the personal opinions aside, we have to test that theory. How we're gonna test it is simple as making a thesis, an hypothesis. So this is the raw sheet to make that thesis to prove an hypothesis. And this is an example of a specific hypothesis. For example, let's put the script that Case says that actually could work better than mine of two cold call systems. And that's great. That's like a hybrid between a one cold call system and the two cold call system. So what will Katie do if she want to, yeah, to prove her hypothesis is just create a document explaining how she come up with that idea, explaining um, how what are the improvements that she expect to have, and with this sheet she can prove actually I'm sorry, her hypothesis, and how she will prove it, as simple as making different type of tests. For example, let's say that we want to test that hypothesis of that hybrid script. Let's say that in a period of 1 week, we want to prove that hypothesis. You have to understand that the longer the period, the certain the result. So if you want to prove that hypothesis in just 1 week, it will be weaker the result that you get if you prove that hypothesis an entire month. So let's say that you want to prove that in 1 week because you're in a hurry. So you have to in the thesis number one, just break down the week on 4 parts. Let's say that the week has 7 days, so you want to break it down to 4. Let's say that 2 days per test. In test number one, in the day of Monday and Tuesday, you will test 50% of the code goals that you make with the past script and the other 50% with your new script, and you test the results. So what kind of results do you get from that test, the specific test? I'm sorry, in the test number one, you will test the past script. And in the test number two, let's say in Wednesday and Thursday, you will test the new one and test and measure the result that you get. And test number three, you will test the new script and the past script, 50 and 50. And you will in the test number four, you will try to make a change of the new script to improve the result that you get in test number two and see if that works or not. And with that specific test, you can by numbers know if a specific script works better than the other one. And I recommend that you make that thesis 4 times. 4 times because in that way you will be a lot more certain of your results, and it's not gonna be a thing of just 2 days and that's it. So the frame and conditions of this thesis will be, for example, the mentioned before. The test number one is in 2 days. Test number two in another 2 days. Test number three in another 2 days, and test number four just 1 day. And conditions is simple as that conditions. I mean, test number two, I will be testing the script, the old script. In test number two, I will be testing my script, and so on and so on. So at the end of the thesis, you will put the thesis and hypothesis conclusion. What reading these numbers I conclude? I mean, what these numbers tells me? That my new script works better than the old one? Great. I will start using my script more. And in that way, will we take decision based on numbers? Based on numbers, and it will not matter the opinion of anyone. And we'll validate our hypothesis or ideas with the market, and the numbers will always tell the truth. Sorry, I'm working a lot on my accents. Just give me 1 more week, and I will be fluent as the Latin American that lives in Miami. Not a fluent as a native, but I will do my best. But yeah, so here that's it with the strategies lab and systems and processes. Here I will be I or you or the one who wants will be adding the systems that we come up with. For example, I put these example process standard operational procedure just to know how I make the processes. And these specific processes to systematize the follow-up. And I put a quote in here that I like a lot. One of the most important things in every business, because if you don't know how to follow up your prospect, the rest probably won't matter. I mean, that's it. That's what I believe. And yeah, it's very intuitive. Also, status like responsible for this process, Lautaro, last update. The last time I made an update, the description, when to apply these processes, the person involved in these processes. I will link a video if I make a video explaining how this process works, link to mention resources if that is applicable, and the introduction, the types of follow-up, the processes, and so on and so on and so on. The main focus of this process for you to know is to systematize and standardize the type of follow-up that we make on the leads based on their temperature. And what will yeah, what will ensure the lead's temperature? Well, the days that pass since we first contacted lead, the willingness to from that lead to get our business, and yeah, just the percentage of closure that we subjectively put on that lead. I will explain how to put a specific temperature on this process too. So with that being said, I only have to say sorry for my English. I literally learned how to speak out loud just a month ago, so I'm improving day by day. Just give me a few days more, and I will be a lot more fluent. I hope that this answers a lot of questions that you may have when you see these processes. And if you have more questions, Katie, Tristan, I don't know, whoever, just don't be afraid. Ask me on Slack. I will be very happy. But I will be very happy to answer any question to have everyone. And as I told you before, uh, my opinion doesn't matter. The only opinion that matters is the client's opinion. Just we have an idea, let's validate it in the market, but with the focus all on measuring our results and yeah, keep building on what we have and we already know that it's working. So that's it. Let me know if you have any type of questions and I will be happy to answer them.